Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me okay? Alright, good to go. Just give it a couple minutes. Let everybody join up. What sound does a wolf make? Let's hear it. Ow! Let's go! That's the sound a wolf makes. Thanks for subscribing, Dan. We're going to dive in and talk about some very important topics in this video. Why 95% of day traders fail. I'm seeing a lot of members join the community, which is a great thing. But I get asked the same question a lot, and I see a lot of people come into this with the same expectations. And I'm going to break it down to all of you guys in this video. Day trading is a very, very hard game to get into. And a lot of people come into this with expectations that they're going to make a lot of money and a lot of money fast. They're going to learn this in a week or two or a month. And that's not the case. This is going to be one of the hardest jobs that you ever do and learn. But it is also very rewarding once you learn this game. Very rewarding. Like today, for example. You guys see me all the time, consistently posting profits. Today I made $14,000. I just didn't wake up and start making this money every day. This was a lot and a lot and a lot of hard work, studying, sacrifice, trial and error. I leveled up. It took me a long time to get to this level, and I think a lot of people overlook that. They think they can just jump into this game and instantly start making a buttload of money and quit their job. I worked 60-hour weeks, 6 days a week on the dock at Old Dominion Freight Lines for 5 years while I was learning to trade. So working 60 hours a week on top of showing up every single day, putting that screen time in and studying on the weekends, not giving up, believing in myself, telling myself I will get this, sacrifice. And sure enough, what happened? I got better and better and better. Sure, I wanted to quit a few times, but I did not stop and I didn't quit. Some of you guys that are here right now, you were here day one when I first started this Discord. Some of you have come along the way and you've been here for 4 months, 8 months, a year, 2 years. You've seen the process that I went through. I went leveling up. And that's what it all boils down to. Then one day, I was able to walk away from my full-time job at Old Dominion, working the dock. And now I do this full-time. I trade full-time. And I'm telling you guys, it is the best job in the world. I am so happy and proud of myself that I stuck with it. And like I said, I wanted to quit, sure, but I stuck with it. I believed in myself. I refused failure. And I was able to put the middle finger up to my job because I'm over here making 14,000 in a day. I used to have to work 3 months to make that type of money. You guys can do it. It just takes a lot of hard work. It really does. And then staying on top of your game as well. It's a never-ending process because you're going up against some of the greatest minds in the world. You're going up against computers that are every day evolving. Technology is moving at so fast, so fast. They're always coming out with something new. People who build computers, you know about this. Every time you buy the newest and greatest CPU or hard drive, they already have something new. We're going up against some of the richest people in the world. Deep, deep pockets. They can manipulate and control the market. We don't want to be the best. We just want to piggyback on the smart people and the big money. That's all we want to do. I mean, this is just stupid money I'm making right here. Stupid money. Who makes $14,000 in a day? It's abnormal. That's why a lot of people think this is a scam. They don't believe it. Well, this is 5-6 years of work in the making. I went from making $100, a couple $100 a day or a week to $1,000 a week, $1,000 a day. Over the course of 5-6 years, you start getting tired of making $100 a day. So you start challenging yourself. All right, I'm going to try making $200 a day. Then after a while, that gets old. Then you start challenging yourself to make $300 a day. 5-6 years, it adds up. And you just get better and better. You've seen different market environments. You've seen so many people come and go. You're learning every day you show up. This is what it leads to right here. Big paydays because you put your time in and you are continuously working on yourself, improving. What are you good at? What do you lack? Where do you struggle? So we did a poll today, guys. I put a poll out and I shared it as many places as I could. I went everywhere. I went on Twitter and posted this poll. I went into every single Discord that I know about and shared the poll. The Bookmap Discord, I shared it. The Wall Street Bets community, I shared it. It's lost in this big, huge wave of 101 new messages. But I tried. In the Wall Street Underground here, Guy Gentile, the Boiler Room, Normic Trading, Atlas Trading. I shared it on Facebook, YouTube. I wanted to try to have as many people as possible participate in this poll. And if you voted on it, thank you. We're going to cover that and go over that in 1 second. But I hope you guys had a great Thursday. I hope you guys were able to pull in that profit in green. There were a lot of good opportunities out here today. There really was. EEIQ, just under 1,000. VERY, I took a loss on that. Almost 3,000. WKEY, I made 2,000. And then RICE, I nailed that one. Made almost $14,000 on RICE. You knew the demand was there on RICE. You just seen it. Let me delete that. Right here, when it pulled all the way down to $13, they were just soaking up the supply. And they popped it right back up to VWAP, and it was in and out of VWAP. I entered in way over here at 14. And this thing squeezed all the way up to 15 and then $16. I was selling it near 16. Beautiful play. 9,000 shares, 14,000. I'll take it. Bet. And now look at. That's why you always lock in your profits, because you never know how much higher a stock's going to go. It came all the way back down. Now it's just lingering around at 14. 101 million in volume on the day. All right, so let's take a look at this poll. A lot of you guys voted on it. I got a total of 43 total votes. Cool, break it down, bro. 14 G's is leveling up, dude. I'm learning to trade. I was a trucker once myself. I know all about being a trucker. It sucks. I know it. The only good thing about being a trucker is you get to see the United States. I hated it. So I feel it. See, it's either you're born with it or you're not when it comes to trucking. I thought I was made for it. Nah. So I asked for the poll, what is the most important tool to have as a day trader? 60% said all of the above. Lame, boring. Come on. Other selections: risk management, psychology and emotional intelligence, technical analysis, psychology, emotional intelligence. You do need all of the above, but you're completely overlooking the question that I'm asking you. What is the most important tool to have as a day trader? Not all of the above. The number one most important tool. And 60%, that just shows you how many people out there that just don't care. People who just throw their money into stocks. They don't know why it's up. It's moving. They just throw their money into it. And this is all real facts, guys. The most important tool to have as a day trader that I believe is emotional intelligence, followed closely with psychology. So both of them. And you could see, look at emotional intelligence only got 1 vote out of 43 people. Psychology only got 2 votes out of 43 people. So you have everybody out here thinking that it's all about technical analysis, chart patterns. What's the trading strategy? That's all they try to learn and trade. It's not about that. It isn't. If you don't have emotional intelligence, none of this stuff matters. None of it. Risk management, technical analysis. I've said it in other videos. Technical analysis and learning chart patterns, that's the easy part. That's the very easy part. Learning technical analysis and patterns is super easy. Super easy because they never change. How many times have we all seen triangles, U-shapes, wedges, head and shoulders, all those patterns? And they've been the same for hundreds of years. Why? Because human nature never changes. So if you study mass psychology and human emotion, you can be consistent in this game. That's what it boils down to. Most people don't recognize their emotions, their psychology, and most people don't work on themselves inside and outside of the markets. You could have somebody hand you the best trading strategy in the world. This trading strategy could make you millions and millions of dollars. But could you trade it perfectly? It all dictates on your beliefs, your emotions, and your psychology. One person could have a trading strategy and they're comfortable holding that trading strategy because it's their strategy. They're comfortable with the stock as well. Is it very volatile or is it not volatile? A stock like, what was that one that ran today? VERY. All right. So we could zoom in here on VERY. And you can already see there's all kinds of patterns on this chart. But look at the price action and the movement on this type of stock. From $19 right here, ripping up to $21, ripping up $2 per share. There's not a lot of people out there that could handle that type of volatility. So you could hand them a trading strategy. Let's say it's the U-shape strategy. And this is just for an example. A U-shape like that. They buy in on it and freak out because the stock rips $1. They're immediately going to panic and sell. And then they watch the stock go up and rip up even higher. Then more emotions trigger. That's when regret and denial, they beat themselves up. They say, wow, I was in on that. If I would have just held, it would have been a winner. But the pain was so much watching that stock rip down $1, $2, that they couldn't take it anymore. And they had to sell it. They aborted from the strategy and they went into it as well without a plan. All it is in the markets is understanding yourself and building strategies based off of your weaknesses and your strengths. Somebody may be very, very good at having an eye on details. When I say having an eye for details, they pay attention to candlesticks. What's the candlesticks telling me? On the 1 minute time frame, the 3 minute time frame, what are the candlesticks telling me? Along with volume. What are the candlesticks telling me on the 10-minute time frame? Along with volume. Some people out there pay attention to price action. Some people pay attention to MACD, Fibonacci retracements. The list goes on and on and on and on. This is why, too, when you're in an overcrowded stock, it leads to randomness. Stock like SOS. Yesterday, SOS was the #1 stock on the day. This stock, yesterday, had 353 million in volume. That's over a quarter, almost a $500 million in volume on the day for this stock. But it just could not break over $6. It came up to it so many times and just failed, all at 6. So much volume pumping into that stock. You have so many personalities in on this as well. Traders trading on the 1 minute time frame. Traders only trade the 5-minute time frame, the 10-minute time frame, the hourly time frame. Traders that only trade Fibonacci retracements. Traders that only trade MACD, RSI, volume. What's that one dude from Traders Live or something who does like the 3-bar play? Every new trader, it's all one of the first things I see. Is it the 3-bar play? It's setting up. There's so many different personalities and beliefs about the market. If you've studied Mark Douglas's work, you guys all know the story about the child who got bit by a dog when they were a baby. And as they grew up, they feared all dogs. So let's say a new day trader comes into the stock market. They don't know nothing. And then they get burnt on a pump and dump. Something like Wafu, for an example. They go all in and they get burnt on this. It's their first experience in the market. And they got burnt and lost all their money. They're immediately going to think, or then after going to think, oh, it's rigged. It's gambling. There's no way. There's no way to make money. All it is randomness. The stock went up. How was I supposed to know it went up? And it's going to keep going up. And then it just crashed down. So they'll be afraid and scared to take investments or trade later on. Because that was their first experience as a trader. Or let's say somebody enters in and they bought rice. And they made money on it. They made a lot of money. Well, their first trade and their first experience, and a lot of people go through this I've seen in the past. They'll buy a position, and then it will fail, and they won't sell it. And then a couple days later, it'll come back and spike again. Something like Wafu. We're way back here. This is kind of a hard example. Where on Wafu, a new trader comes in and they buy it way up here. And then they hold on to it as it comes all the way down. And they hope for it to come all the way back up. And then when it finally does come all the way back up, they finally sell it to break even on it. They want out. They want to break even. And that's how these support and resistance lines are formed here. Because people get caught up holding a bag, they don't sell, take profit, or they don't cut it, and then they hold in hope, and then they tie up their money because they wait for it to come back, hoping that it comes back. And it happens over and over and over again. ATNF. See, here's another example. Stock gapped up way up here. Trapped everybody. Then it came all the way down and they held it all down here, hoping for it to come back. And when it finally does come back, same level. They all wash their hands and break even on it. But there are so many little things that goes into this. There's another example. Traps everybody up there. Goes all the way down, comes all the way back up. Comes right back up to the area up here. And it finds resistance because everybody who bought in over here is now selling it here to break even on it. Get me out. Wow, I'm thankful I got my money back. And then the process repeats itself. It traps other people. Because other people think it's going to keep going and going and going. And now they're trapped as it's down here. Human nature never changes. That's why emotional intelligence and psychology is so huge in this game. And you don't see many people out here teaching about emotional intelligence and psychology. When it comes to all these day trading gurus that are on YouTube, how many of them, honestly, how many of them do you hear talking about psychology and emotional intelligence? Hardly any of them. A lot of them, you're going to hear them talking about technical analysis, trading strategies, trading indicators, and stuff like that. And I'm not doing this to bash other YouTube channels out there. I'm just relating to the topic. So let's go through here and see what other people teach other traders out there. All right, $250,000. Millionaire Stock Trader Live. How to grow a small trading account. One of my favorite day trading strategies. That may be his favorite day trading strategy, but it may not be your day trading strategy because he has different beliefs and emotions and psychology than you do. That's what it all boils down to. He's got more experience under his belt. That's why these guys, they don't care if they give you their trading strategies because you're not going to know how to use it and take advantage of it. Let me catch my breath for a second, guys. I've been going hard nonstop. Raised on metal. I don't get how you knew how to enter about the rice. I mean, what was the thinking there? On rice here, when I traded it, it all comes from experience. I've been doing this for 6 years. So I've seen this stuff happen over and 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 over. Am you getting tired of me saying over and over and over yet? This is what I do. I come here every day. I dedicate time to this. I'm here, and we're here every day in chat. Every day we show up in the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday chat. We're in here for a good 5, 6, 7 hours every single day. So you're putting in that screen time, you're going to see stuff over and over again. And this is how you start noticing things and adjusting to these different styles of trading. And everybody's emotions and beliefs are different. Some people like stocks that have huge rips and explosions like this. Other people don't like that. They see too much risk. They get freaked out when stocks explode up like that. They may be more comfortable trading slower moving stocks. Stocks that like to grind up and down. Stocks like Rail. Rail just had a huge move recently. See, people may like trading stocks that move like this, where they just grind up, slow and steady as the day progresses. 5, 15, or not 5 cent, 15, 25 cent moves at a time, up and down. They can manage their risk better. Things can happen so fast. With slower moving stocks like this, you have more time to sit back and let it play out. You can monitor your thoughts versus a stock like VERY, where everything's moving so fast, you can't even think and put together a plan because the stock already ripped up $2 and then ripped down another $3. Things are happening so fast, it's freaking you out. You can't put together a plan. Well, that's okay. It's not for you. You have to notice that. Like, all right, one of my weaknesses, I can't put together a plan fast enough for this stock. The price action freaks me out. It's too volatile. When the stock rips up or rips down, I freak out and I sell. I'm getting caught up in the 1 minute time frame. I'm not paying attention to the bigger time frame, the bigger picture. There's multiple little things that you have to pick up and learn throughout your journey as a trader. And that's where showing up every day comes into doing this successfully full time. Not too long ago, what's his name? From Boiler Room Trading. I forget his name. Connor from Boiler Room Trading. I gave him props because he was doing a live stream and somebody asked him a question. Do you recommend everybody day trade or get into day trading? And Connor's response was, no, I wouldn't recommend anybody get into day trading because not everybody can do this. You have to sacrifice a lot of time to this. You have to be here every single day. It's an emotional roller coaster. Honestly, who can lose $20,000 in a day and not have that affect them the next day or the next day? Most traders, when they come into this, they have a bad loser, they crumble. They can't pick themselves back up and continue pushing forward. They let that trade get to them. They let that loser get to them, that they lose their mojo and they crumble. And then they dig their hole deeper and deeper and deeper because they lose self-control. They're not handling their emotions. They're trying to get back to where they were. And they don't want to lose. They get stubborn. They think they get that stubbornness of, I'm right. Nobody likes to admit when they're wrong. Ask yourself that, right? Am I right? Nobody here, even yourself, sitting here watching this, you don't like to be wrong. And you don't like to admit you're wrong, do you? That's where a lot of people fail. So let's say this VERY was setting up a wedge right here. And it failed to the downside. All right, you got in on this and it failed to the downside. You have to cut it. You were wrong. A lot of people, they don't like to admit they're wrong. All right, it broke to the downside. Maybe it'll come back. I'm going to give it down to 16. If it comes down below 16, I'll cut it. Then the stock drops below 16. And they say, all right, I still think the stock will come back. I'm going to give it till 15 now. If it drops below 15, I'm going to cut it. That's the bottom line. Stock comes to 15, it drops below. Now it's at 14. Now they're like, well, I held on to it this long. What's another dollar? I still think it could come back to 16. They don't cut their losers. They become long-term investors and bag holders. They emotionally marry the stock. There's a saying, the stock market's right, not you. The stock market is always right. Always listen to the stock market. The stock market is mother. Mother is always right. You are never right. You may think you're right, but the stock market is always right. Respect the stock market. And if you don't, she will chew you up and spit you out. And I just thought that was interesting. Yes, it takes all of the above. And it takes risk management, sure. But you can't have any of this without emotional intelligence and psychology. Those are the two big things there. And a lot of people do not look into that. They do not work on themselves. They think it's the strategy that's broken, not them. You have to, like what I say, you have to emotionally condition yourself to be a day trader. You really do. I've had days I've lost $20,000, $30,000. You have to accept that and move on. If I was to dwell on losing $20,000 and then have it on my mind going into the next day, it would just destroy me. You guys have seen me. I've lost $20,000 in a day, and then the very next day, I was able to make that $20,000 back because I accepted the loser and I learned from it and I moved on. You cannot let your losers dictate the future. And that's what a lot of people do. And they get blindsided by traders posting big profits. $100,000. Trading with a millionaire stock trader. He says, why do 80% of traders lose? It's more than that. $17,000. 14,000 in 30 minutes. So they're putting all this out there it's eye candy. But he's not showing you, though, hey, I've been doing this for 7, 8 years. And now I'm currently at this level. This isn't an overnight learning process. You learn it in a week or a month or even a year, and you're just going to start pulling in $14,000 every day. Doesn't work like that. So a lot of trading comes down to your beliefs, not religious beliefs, your beliefs in life. Everybody's beliefs are different. Psychology and learning about yourself. The more you learn about yourself, the more you can strategically put together a plan that works for you in the stock market. That's what I did, and that's what so many other big traders have done. And if you don't believe me, ask them. Ask them straight up. Send them a private message and ask them, what's the number one thing you think I should focus on? Learning technical analysis or learning about emotions and psychology? If they tell you technical analysis, I'd unfollow them immediately. You're going to want to learn from, there's a lot of gurus out there, guys, and if they haven't been around for 7, 8, 10 years, I wouldn't even give them my time. Because this market's hot right now. Everybody's making money. And everybody thinks that they can trade. Because everything just keeps going up. Ask the guys at MIC, My Investment Club. Bao and Alex. Those are two of some of my favorite guys to learn from. And you guys know them as well if you're interested in this stuff. Bao does those daily walks every single day. And he tells you straight up in his videos. You guys know about my MIC. T. Bradley, Alex, AT09 Trader, Modern Rock. That's Bao. Every day or every other day, Bao be out here doing these daily walks. Listen to him talk. He's been doing this for over 20 years. And he spits a lot of truth in his walks. He doesn't hide any BS. That's why I look up to this guy, and I even learned from this guy. Because there's a lot of furus and gurus out here that just want to blow smoke up your butt to get your monthly subscription of $200, $150 a month to get stock alerts. All right, you guys are saying a lot here in the chat. Let me see. PKLY said, how do you manage your emotions when trading? Practice. That's what you do, practice. Here at Trading Learning 101, everybody here knows the process that I teach. When you start off trading, you shouldn't be going balls to the wall, all in every single trade. You have to look at this as a video game. So look at it as leveling up. Start off. I don't like paper trading. I don't believe in it because I always say it detaches the emotions from trading. So to combat that, trade with only one share. It's still real money and you're buying one share. This is how you get comfortable and used to these stocks moving up and down, trying out your strategy. And then and you have the ballpark in your advantage. Commissions are free at most retail brokers. So the ball game is, you have home court advantage. Take advantage of that. Most people come into this, they don't have much capital. They see all these guys out there making $1,000, $5,000, and they immediately think, yeah, I can do that, even if I pull in $500. Well, if you have a $5,000 account, for an example, and you're looking to make $500, that's pretty risky right there. It really is, because if you lose that $500, now your account's at $4,500. Then $4,000, you're just going to eat through it real fast. So just buying one share, and then until you could prove to yourself that you can consistently and profitably pull money out with one share for 2 weeks or a month, move up to maybe 10 shares, and then repeat the process. You're getting comfortable holding on to these stocks, understanding how these stocks like to move up and down. And then from there, you can move up to maybe 50 shares, then 100 shares, 200 shares. Level up as you progress, and you will notice you're going to get more comfortable holding on to these positions. You're going to pick up new styles and strategies. Ask any member in this community here. The leveling system really works and it helps. You have to think of this long term. Always live to trade another day. Here, we're more focused on quality versus quantity. There's a lot of people out here who trade 10 times, 20 times per day. And they're what, up a couple grand? Why not trade maybe 1, maybe 2 times and make that money? There's over like 7,000 stocks in the stock market. You got to be very selective and picky about what you trade. Because there's a lot of duds that just pop up and then fade off, like VERY here. VERY doesn't even have any news. And it was gapping up pre-market, and it had like, what, 1 million in volume already? So there's no catalyst driving prices up, which is suspicious if it gets halted. It just goes to show you people throw money into a stock. They don't care if it has a catalyst or not. So that was a good question on how do you manage your emotions? Leveling up and being here every day, you just get used to it. Like I said, a lot of people, they have no plan before they go into a trade, and their size is too big. If you're in on a position or a trade and you're freaking out, your size is way too big. Way too big. You're right, Wolf. That's why I like you. You're talking about the variables that are the most important. Exactly. And you're not going to see a lot of these furu gurus talk about this type of stuff. They don't want you to grow. They want you to be dependent on them. Those gurus know that as long as they are telling people they are right and they will make money, people will follow them. Exactly. Jack Daniel, I don't like when traders flex online. It seems distinguished when they care more about their image more than anything. Super. He is super legit, folks. Every day he speaks to help us in the chat room. I appreciate it, that, Stefano. Robert, thanks for everything you do. No problem, buddy. I love doing this stuff. This is my passion. I can't tell you guys. Once you cross over and you start seeing the potential and consistency in your trading, you build up that confidence and that bankroll. You say F you to your job and you're able to do this full time. It's the greatest feeling in the world. It really is. You could do whatever you want. I see people where I live, they have to wake up every morning, get in their car, and go to a job that they hate. While I wake up and watch TV, hang out, and then I jump online and have an amazing day with all of you. It's the best job in the world. It really is. And I can leave whenever I want. Go for a walk or take a break, play video games. I love being wrong because that's the only time I learned something. It's a really good comment there, KNW. Always learn from your mistakes. If you don't learn from your mistakes, you're not growing. I've been doing this for 5-6 years. I've made lots and lots and lots of mistakes, guys, and I still do. So, with that in mind of me doing this 5 to 6 years, think of how many mistakes I've made. I chased after low float stocks and got dumped on. I've done it many of times. I chased after high of day breakouts, thinking a stock was going to keep pushing. I used to do all that stuff. I would chase after and just get dumped on. Eventually, you're going to get tired of doing that. You're going to get tired of losing. So I said, hey, why not, instead of chasing after these stocks when they're trying to break out, why don't I start learning to look out for when these stocks bottom out down here and then sell it to the dumb people up here, chasing at a VWAP break or a high of day break. Learn to be the smart money. Dump to the dumb money because they're not studying. And you guys always hear me say, the more you know, the more advantage you have over the opponent. And majority of people out here, they don't study. They don't study. They just show up and they follow gurus' alerts and they randomly buy at prices. So if you sit down and actually put together a plan and an approach, how are you going to approach this? You're already doing better than the person that rolls out of bed and just runs to their computer and starts buying and selling. There's a lot of people out there that do that too. Irish Wolf, I get freaked out when they explode down. Ha. I think we all do. Fear the death candle. Buy the dip, hold the dip, sell the dip. Right now you are definitely long, Bias Wolf, but have you ever or do you ever short more often? I never short. It's a bull market. But I know what you're saying. When we go into a bear market, there will still be opportunities out there. There will be. There's sectors that heat up. The stock market's very trendy. Just because the stock market's in a bear market doesn't mean every single thing is going to keep going down and down and down. The market also bounces. Shorting to me, it's way overcrowded. It always is. It's very competitive. You have to put up money to find locates. You have to put up money to borrow the shares. Even if you don't even use the shares, you still have to pay a fee. The popularity in brokers having shorts available changes all the time. So you have to have multiple different brokers open. That's going to be fun when you do your taxes. It's overly competitive. It's just not worth it. And to think that your losses could be infinite on the upside, that's scary. You're only limited on how much you can make on the downside. There's always going to be great bounce opportunities. There's always going to be a hot sector. Stock market's very trendy. There's always going to be opportunity out there. So I have no problem at all being a long biased trader. And like I just said a moment ago, it's all about the more you know. If we're in a bear market, we have inverse ETFs. So if the S&P 500 is in a bear market and going down every day, we have inverse ETFs like the UVXY that will go up. It'll do reverse what the SPY does. So you see the UVXY has just been getting driven down over the course of time like that. That's because the SPY, S&P 500, has just been rising and rising and rising and rising and rising. There's all kinds of trading opportunities, trading vehicles out here in the markets. You just have to educate yourself on what's out here to take advantage. I mean, heck, you can even make money by just selling premiums on options. So there's all kinds of opportunities out here. There is no need to fear for a bear market and, oh, you should learn how to short because when that bear market hits, nah, we'll be all right. If you had to choose between trading a straddle or a strangle, what is your experience would you use to determine what the stock is doing and where it is going? You're talking lingo that I don't even know what the heck you're talking about. Sounds like call, put, options, spreads. I don't trade options. I only trade equities and ETFs. There's a lot of people that get interested quick too into options. If I was to tell you guys where to start, just focus on reading charts. Once you understand how these stocks like to move up and down and resistance and support levels, and you understand how the market likes to move and these stocks like to move, then maybe get interested in options. Robinhood, they have it so easy right now. They literally ask you, what do you think the stock's going to do? Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? Or is it going to go sideways? And you click the button. I think it's going to go up. And then it pulls up all the options. That's insane. I took some snippets from the community today that I wanted to share with you guys. And I didn't reveal their name because I want to protect whoever said this type of stuff. But I want to get across what other people, what their mindset is when they get into this. So this is, you can't see his username, but you can see his first name. 18 years old, from the Boston area, want to start day trading and eager to know all there is about it. Currently a college student, collegiate athlete, currently working a job, and saving money to start trading. Looking into day trading to give back to my mom, who has done so much to me. I'm ready to make some money. So he's got 3 things going on in his life. He's probably a full-time college student, and he's a collegiate athlete, and he's working a job. So he's got 3 other things going on in his life that's going to take up time. So he's not going to be able to really focus on the stock market and studying. He's probably going to want to take a break in between all of that and party. So coming into it like that already, you have to make sacrifice to this. It's to that point of, okay, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to commit myself to this. Maybe college today really ain't going to do much for you. College was cool maybe in the 90s, 80s, and 70s, but everything's going digital. Everything's going onto social media. Heck, you can learn anything now just from YouTube. I call it YouTube University, because all you gotta do is type in anything you want up there, and it'll teach you how to do it. You want to learn to cast metal? You want to learn to do construction? YouTube University. You have many different types of instructors. All these cars are going electric. All the factory jobs are closing up. Robots are taking over. Virtual reality is getting real popular. So we're getting to the point in this world, guys, where we don't need people to do labor no more. That's the thing of the past. Entire year now, I like finance and commerce in general. I found that I am long biased, most because is more positive for me. I am struggling with fear of entering too late. Now I am finding difficult to trust my strategy, which is dip buy and breakout buy. I hope to find some positive vibes and confidence in strategy. So you see what they said in this comment here. They are struggling with fear of entering too late. Now I am finding difficult to trust my strategy, which is dip buying and breakout buying. I hope to find some positive vibes and confidence and strategy. So that just goes to show you right there in that comment, guys. It all comes based on your beliefs, psychology. Yeah, I'm starting to sweat. It's humid here in Michigan. So this comment alone tells you right there. Now they're not trusting in their strategy because the fear, they think it's their strategy that's wrong. They're not really looking into their emotions, their fear. They're chasing after high of day breakouts. I tell everybody in the chat, what do I always say about high of the day breakouts, guys? They fail majority of the time. High of day breakouts fail majority of the time. And that's very, very true. Look at VERY. Failed all right there to continue higher. trapped a bunch of people right there thinking it was going to rip up higher, and slammed down on them. ATNF. Market high right there. What it do? Came right up to it and tested it. So everybody who bought right there, thinking it was going to push up even higher, got trapped. UTME. This was a wild, wild one yesterday. Look at it, how many times it came up and tested that high of day. Right there, almost right there, and right there. All 4 fails. So if you're trying to chase after high of day breakouts, you're going to get dumped on, because the smart money's down here picking up shares and selling to the people chasing after it. A lot of people struggle with trusting in what they know, or trusting a stock at support, and they don't buy it when it's at support. I see a lot of people also say, I'm gonna wait to see if it can come back up to that high of day. Maybe I'll buy it there. I see a lot of people do that. Or if a stock's down below VWAP, they'll say, I'm gonna wait for the stock to get up, back up and above that VWAP, and then maybe I'll take a position. And then you get a stock like trying to find a good example real quick. ACY. So if this just moved up here from 1050 all the way up to 1150, and you tell yourself, I'm going to wait and see if this gets back up above VWAP for me to buy. Stock gets back up above VWAP, then you buy, and then you didn't realize that, hey, this stock just moved from 1050 non-stop all the way up to 1150. $1 it just moved up. A lot of people don't realize how much a stock moved, and then it starts to pull back on them, and then they sell it for a loss because they got all caught up in the 1 minute time frame and didn't pay attention to the bigger picture time frame. Yeah, there ain't nothing going on with SJ. I don't know why you would say that. Volatility. If you take a look at the VIX, this is the volatility index. It's just been getting driven down over the course of time. So we've been losing volatility for a while. It may pick up back up again, but a lot of times in order for this to happen, we needed an event to happen. Like something crazy in the world to happen for volatility to pick up. Not that I'm saying something crazy needs to happen, but that's normally how this type of stuff works. Something happens, like a terrorist attack or something, or Biden does something wild, you know, falls asleep during a press conference. I don't know. So back to this. Hey guys, so I've been investing in the stock market since December of last year, but was more long term. I seen the potential to make money and started trying to day trade full time. So this person's jumping right out of the gates into this full time. But found out real quick I had to learn more. I started looking for education, and that's when I came across Trading Learning 101. That was back in May, so I'm a noob for sure, but super excited and motivated to learn the ropes. That's another thing people do. They jump into it full time, and then they start relying on their profits to make a living. So that's you're only going to mess with your head doing that. So let's say you have debt in your life and you have a mortgage. You got your car payment. You don't have a job no more because you just quit it. You got only $5,000 to your name. And you're trying to trade with that 5,000 to consistently pull money out of the markets. I mean, just think about it. And that's what people don't do. They don't think before they do. They don't have a process. So anytime you're going to be scared every single trade that you do because you cannot lose that $5,000. If you lose that $5,000, you're out of the game. You have debt on your mind. You have a car payment. You have bills. You have a mortgage. People come in here. I have to make $200 a day to survive. Or I need to make $1,000 a week. I have to. You're putting a cap on your head. And then you're forcing trades now. You should always just take what the market gives you. If you come in here with expectations and you're putting a cap on your head, there may not be any setups available for the day or for the week. So you're going to be out here forcing trades, trying to make that $1,000. You're going to dig your hole deeper. Then it's going to turn into revenge trading. And then before you know it, you blew your whole account up. Anytime you put money into the market, you're trading or investing, you should always look at it as that money. If you lose it, that's okay. You shouldn't have to depend on that money. If what you have in the market right now, if you were to lose all that money tomorrow, would it hurt you? Would it destroy your life? If so, back off, walk away, stack that money, and then come back until you are comfortable. If in case you do lose that money, you will be okay. When that GameStop squeezed and people were on Robinhood and they were restricting their accounts and all of that, and people were outside protesting and all that, there was people out there with signs, I can't pay my mortgage, or I have debt to pay. And Robinhood had their funds. So people were depositing their rent and their life savings to gamble it away in the stock market. That is so stupid. So why? They just don't realize and think about what they're doing. They see a stock run from $60 to $500. All they think of is, wow, look at how much money I could have made. And then everybody talks about it going to 2,000. Well, if I buy a couple shares at $500 and it goes to 2,000, they think, oh, I'm going to be rich. It's so crazy. This is most definitely a thinking man's game. The stock market, day trading. You really have to just sit and monitor your thoughts and look at what other people do too. It really is. It's pretty funny what a lot of people do out here. So this guy is a single father, dropped out of college, tried every job from being porter, security, Uber, you name it. It's always been on that hustle and doing what it takes to survive. Caught up in the streets where everyone around me was either dying or getting deported or going to jail. I was able to do 180 once my little man was born, and here I am. This is do or die for me. Really happy and blessed I came across Mr. Wolf to be able to keep growing along with everyone else. Here, this is my first year trading, and it's been the best time of my life. So let's get it, guys. The best is yet to come. Some people just need that motivation. Here at Trading Learning 101, along with all the members, all of you guys have goals, achievements that you want to accomplish. So we're all out here pushing each other to do better every day. You could do better. You make a mistake, learn from it, move on. Don't worry about it. This stuff takes time to learn. You're not going to learn it all in a day. And then this just goes to show that the stock market isn't emotionally driven. When you have somebody like this guy, every other video he's talking about stock market crash. What that, and you hear CNBC when they're on there talking about the stock market crash. When the SPY is just had one red day, it's only down 0.5%. They're talking about a correction and a crash. They're just trying to trigger people's emotions. That's all they're trying to do. They're trying to freak people out. Because when people freak out, they jump off the roller coaster. And then it's like a domino effect. They all start falling. And then when they say hit that bell notification, and then when they put that video out and it hits, major stock market crash about to start. Someone randomly out there who has this guy subscribed and notifications on, they get that notification. Oh, snap. They're not here every day. They're not familiar with the stock market. They watch this guy's video and freak out. That's the type of stuff that happens. And all these people want to do is drive views to their channel, because that's how they get paid. So showing up every single day, guys. Hold on. So showing up every single day, guys, learning from your mistakes, constantly studying, improving on yourself, learning about yourself. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? And then start developing strategies around your beliefs, your weaknesses, and your strengths. Monitoring your thoughts. Because things happen so suddenly in the stock market, it doesn't give you enough time to think. So a lot of people emotionally react, and then they regret it after they've acted. Remember, guys, anybody can be a trader. Anybody. Because all it takes is a click of a button. Yeah, CLOV's having a good rip. I'm pretty much done for, guys. There's an hour left in the day. I'm up over 14,000. That's a good payday. I'm not gonna stick around and overtrade and put that at risk and then have a 14K day be a 10K day. You know, how would you feel if you done that? You'd feel like crap. I just gave up 4K. Psh, most people have to work a whole month to make that. That's the stupid money we're making out here. And that's the possibilities. You guys can do this stuff. You really can. You just have to believe in yourself, trust in the process, and accept the journey. Some people may pick this up in a year. Some people may pick it up in 6 months. Some people, it may take 2 years, maybe 3 years to learn this. Everybody learns at different paces. And there are just so many little things that you have to learn, work on, experience, learn about yourself, adjust, learn all the market conditions, all the lingo that's out here. There's a lot to it. It really is. And that's why I started doing the masterclass, the day trading masterclass. We're on part 5. We're about to be doing part 6. By the end of it, there's going to probably be like 13, 14 parts. And every class is going to be like an hour, hour and a half long. So in total, it's probably going to be like a 20, 25 hour course. Because there's just so many little things that you have to know, work on, and improve on. And for everything to come together, it's so hard to just go over everything in one sit down. I mean, look at this one video for an example. It's an hour and 20 minutes in so far, and we've only been talking and scratching the surface on psychology, emotions, and beliefs. Alright, you guys have any more questions before we end the stream here? Let's see what you guys been up to here. A lot of people are going to fail in life and anything that they take on. One, it may not be their purpose or what they're passionate about. Another thing, they didn't sacrifice enough. Alright, looks like you guys don't have anything on YouTube. I want to thank you guys for tuning into today's video. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Join the Trading Learning 101 Wolfpack. Killer day in the market today. I'm up just over 14,000. We got one more day in the week, guys, Friday. So let's end out Friday with a bang. And then we can have a good weekend. That sounds like a plan. Amazingly generous of you, Mr. Wolf. Thanks, teaching us to fish. That's what it's all about, man. I was new once. It sucks. I know the feeling. You just fail and fail and fail and fail, and then you want to give up. And then nothing's worse than having regret. And then you're on your deathbed and you're saying, damn, what if? Learn this game. It takes time. And then you could be your own boss. And you get to do whatever the fuck you want. Sorry for the language, but it's the truth. You don't have to wake up for that job that you hate to go to. You get to travel around when you want. Buy what you want. Live comfortably. No worries. If I can do it, you guys can do it. Is this meant for everybody? No, it's not. If you're an emotional person and you wear your emotions on your sleeve, I'm going to say that this probably isn't for you, because you can't change who you are. And we all know this is a very emotional game. So if you wear your emotions on your sleeve, that's just who you are. You can't change that. And things happen so crazy and fast in this market. You have to trust in yourself. You can't get emotional. You have to recognize when other people are being emotional and take advantage of it like a wolf. I just made a picture the other day. Hold on. Oh man, I hope I still have it. Yeah, right here. Boom. From the Michigan Wolverines, the quote, "Those who stay will be champions." If you come into Trading Learning 101 and you stay, you show up every day, you put that work in, you will be a champion. I'm telling you guys, ask any member in this community right here. Any member. There's a lot of you guys. The Wolf Pack, there's all of these members right here. All of these guys. Scrolling and scrolling, all of these guys. So I have to be doing something right. If all of these guys are in here, they're showing up every single day. And that's just the ultimate pass. This is the Wolf Pack. So we're in here every day. Everybody's growing. Everybody's meeting goals, achieving goals, knocking them out of the park, moving up in life. They see the potential. They're sticking with it. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's what I like to say. There's a lot of people that come into this, they say they want to do it, but then they don't want to put in the work. It takes a lot of studying, guys. I'm serious. Go through all of these videos. Just sit there and watch them and watch them and watch them. I spit out so much fire, so much knowledge. that all these gurus sell you for thousands of dollars. And I've been doing YouTube for years. Look at all this stuff. All of it's, I know it's great content. I think it's like 92% of businesses fail within their first 5 years. That's the statistics on that. That's the whole purpose of life, too. Trying to find what you're passionate about. Some people go their whole life without finding what they're passionate about. Some people find what they're passionate about quicker than others. For me, I didn't find what I was passionate about until I was 28. And who knows? Maybe when I'm 40, something else pops up and I'm even more passionate about that. But currently, as of right now, day trading, stock market, and teaching, showing others how I do this, that's what I'm passionate about right now, currently, in this phase in my life. I'm here every single day, every day. You think I was consistently losing every day? You think I'd show up every day? For heck no. I'd bygone quit by now. There's no way I was gonna just show up and lose every day and then just continue showing up. Alright, those of you guys who are new, and a lot of you guys just joined up too. Be careful on rice. It's just a 50-50. You don't really want to go after 50-50 stocks. Admit it, on the first pop, just below 15, you'll probably sell it for profit, which is $1. But if it death candles down, you're going to sell it for a loss, which would be $1. So you're rolling the dice. You're either going to lose $1 or you're going to make $1. It's not worth it. Alright, those for you new guys and gals that signed up for the Ultimate Pass. When you join the Discord, always start right here. Start here. When you click on that, a list of channels are going to drop down. Make sure you start at the welcome, go through, react to the Me6 to get verified, read it, go through, read the membership, how all of this stuff works. I even have a welcome video right there. The rules, how the roles work in here. The rules. Tutoring, if you want it. Merch. Just got some new shirts in that are just awesome. You scroll all the way up to the top. There's a link right there. The disclaimer. Frequently asked questions that I get asked time and time and time again. Referrals. And then here is the day trading masterclass. You get the classes, the member only videos, the study group, market recaps, the PowerPoint presentations, homework, member videos, study notes. study notes from when I was just starting. These are all of my notes. And then we have the daily chat. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The week ahead. And then all the way down at the bottom. Every morning, we do the pre-market prep. So from 8:50 a.m. Eastern Time to 9:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. For a half hour, we go over all the top stocks that are gapping up, develop and put together a game plan. What can we expect for the upcoming day? A little prep talk to get traders pumped and ready for the day. And then 10 minutes till the market opens, we jump in the chat and we call out tickers and watch each other's backs. But if you guys just want to check out the chat, that's why I have this available as well. Dang it, I gotta sign in. Alright, so if you guys just want to check out the Discord, and you just want to check it out and see what it's about, just click the join button, and just sign up for the Discord chat only. It's only 20 bucks a month. You'll get access to the Discord, but you will not get access to the pre-market prep or the member-only videos. The Wolfpack Ultimate Class, or Pass, is your best bet. It's packed with all kinds of perks. And over the course of time, I'm always adding more and more perks. We're out here, guys. The community is growing. The Wolfpack's growing. Everybody in here is getting better and better every day. I just seen you guys all yesterday in the Wednesday chat, welcoming new members with open arms, talking, helping them out. That's what it's all about. Giving people warm welcomes. And then down here, I also have a trading buddy section. You could post a little bit about yourself, what you're into, how long you've been trading, all that good stuff. Learn a little bit about the other members, because we're all here every day together. We're going to be close. We're all going to start forming connections and bonds. This is a community. We're a wolf pack. We're a family here. We all watch each other's backs. We're all out here to get that money. So we're all going to work together to help make this job easier. Now, does that sound like a good plan? To me, it does. Being a part of a community is always a lot better than being about yourself or being by yourself. When you're by yourself, that's all you have. There's no one you can really talk to about what's going on because no one's going to understand. Go for it, Jack Daniel. Post in the Trading Buddy section. This isn't open to the public, so the public will not be able to see. This is only for members only. The Trading Buddy. This is just for so members can get familiar and comfortable with other members. And then you never know. You may see somebody that lives right around the corner from you in the Trading Buddy section. You guys can link up and be trading buddies. Help each other out. It's always good to have a trading buddy and a partner. Somebody to hold you accountable to your rules, breaking your rules, shooting ideas off of each other, studying with each other, talking about what's going on in the markets to each other. It's a great thing. Look at it. We got multiple eyes out here. We got Tito calling out BTBT. XL talking about Rice. Arms talking about SBBP. Charlie Bills calling out CLOV. We got Robert making $200 on RCHA. All right, I'm going to join these guys back up in the community. Thanks, guys, for tuning in to this video. I hope you guys were able to take away something from this video and learn from it. If you're new to the channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. Join the Wolf Pack. And while you're at it, join the community as well. There's a lot of good people here. We're all out here for the same reason. To get that money. Alright, guys. Like I always say, have that patience.